What's up, my cannonballs? We're back for a short, quick second. Just for a short, quick second. For a short, quick second. And it's going to be like I'm bouncing off of my big sis, Verbal Assassin. I watched a video earlier this morning. Man, when I tell you guys this, I totally agree. And then basically, it was basically about a little girl. Well, they invited the kids up to tell them what they're thankful for. And then for me, I felt like they were still in their flesh, as if when they was telling the people, when telling the kids that they didn't want to hear this and hear that, certain things that they was thankful for. But me personally, I wouldn't dare want my child to go through something like that. That would really piss me off. It really would, because at the end of the damn day, if my child was honest enough to say that I'm not listening to her, I should be able to take that, and I should be able to take it and try to fix that. It shouldn't take, oh, let's put hands and this, she got a demon. And let me say this, everything ain't the damn devil. Sometimes it's you. It's just you full of shit. You know what I'm saying? You look, a lot of folks be out here be full of shit. It ain't the devil. It's just them in their fleshly forms, in the flesh, want to be nasty, want you to kiss their ass. I ain't kiss. Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't mind going to church. But at the same time, I don't want to be torn down while in the house of the Lord. And I have been torn down a few times while being in the house of the Lord from other saints. Yes, indeed, just being mean. Like like very, very mean spirited. That's why I don't really too much like, you know, um, going to certain churches. You know what I'm saying? I really just have my little church at the house. Because even the people that I have had encounters with, and I tell you, they was judging me up and just up and down. Like couldn't even I had to like one time I went to church and I had my I think I had maybe two buttons up to my neck button, and they gonna tell me, oh, you gotta button that up, because I'm talking about say I'm showing too much flesh. You know what? If you don't, I want to say, you don't get out of my face, you know, shit like that really bothers me sometimes, and I just don't understand. Like, be so holy. Y'all need to come at people a little bit more, nicer, because you're not God. Okay, you're not God, and just because you have to change your life around doesn't mean that you can be some type of ruler or somebody else that that may need some help. You know, I just don't like that, and I didn't like the fact that that little girl, she was being honest with these people, and she would let them know how she felt, and if they didn't like that, they should just say, hey, okay, we're gonna move on to the next child. You know what I'm saying? Like putting that like putting kids on Front Street in the church. I don't really like that. And then the one and ooh, well, this is what I don't like either. Oh, you got pregnant, so you gotta apologize to the community, to the congregation. Fuck all of that. Y'all motherfuckers are doing this and that when y'all get out of that. Oh, I often call the house of the Lord an MF. Let me watch my look. Let me watch my tone. But when y'all leave them doors, you're just hopping right back into your regular old selves. Don't you look? Come on now. Let's keep it real. A lot of folks ain't practicing what they're preaching in their walk and talk. Okay, they're still in their fleshly bodies doing whatever they want to do when they leave that house of the Lord. You know, and I just that really irks my nerve. It really irks my nerve. And people be telling me, and people want to tell you, oh, you got to get over that. You got to get over that. You know what? I can get over it, but at the same time, we gotta call a thing when it comes to the saints. You know, we gotta call a thing a thing, because sometimes the saints are full of it. It's just like them saints at that repast. They were full of it. I didn't like it. You got darn right, and I like it. Look, I wish I would have had the plate. I wish I would have took a picture of the plate, talking about. Well, somebody was telling me that it was over 100 people. I know good goddamn well that it was not over 100 people in that mortuary. I know it wasn't 100 people over there. In that place, and for them to do small little scoops, give you some corn and two things of chicken. Like two pieces of chicken and some bread. You know what? Had it been like that, look. They should have already had some shit already pre-made up then, because that was an insult, and not an insult. That was just like, for me, that was this. It was coming out to me like, okay, we're gonna give you this, and that's all. Move your ass. I didn't like that. I did not like that at all. Mm-mm. I didn't like that at all. Like, you know what? If I look when I'm look, whenever it's time for me to go to glory, I'm gonna just say this. I want my family members to have a well good repast, load them plates up, load them up. And I'm sure my family members feel some type of way about that too. Like we got, it's a few younger, well, it's more older people in our family than younger people is. And so therefore I'm sure they were like, is this it? That's how I feel. I was like, this it? You just gonna scrape a little bit here and a little bit there, and it shouldn't. And I mean, in my eyes, it shouldn't took nobody coming back asking for a little bit more portion. It shouldn't. Hold on, you guys, cause my phone finna go dead. It should have took nobody asking. Y'all feeding people. Y'all feeding grown folks like kids. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Like, what are you trying to say? Like, like, are you trying to save enough for yourselves? I mean, I don't get it. Then they have the nerve to have carry outs and shit. I didn't even get me a carry out. I didn't even want one. That's why I don't like going to funerals nowadays, because they always be doing some bullshit. I don't too much care for the funeral thing. I don't care who you. I mean, look, I don't mean to sound mean, but sometimes I just be like, shit. I be wanting to, kind of miss out on it because I just don't be caring for it. I didn't even go to a few people. I'm gonna say this like this. I didn't even go to a few family members funeral service because I ain't here for it like that. I just don't want to. I don't want to be around all that sadness. That's why I don't watch the news. There's too much sadness. People may think I'm a sad individual, but no. Maybe look, if I was sad, you would know it. Just to believe. But yeah, all that embarrassing kids. I don't like that. Because if that was my baby, we would have got up on out of that bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, no. Look, that man. I mean, just the building, but we would have got out of that. We would have got out of them quarters because that doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't like things like that. That's just really rude, and it's they didn't have they weren't in the body. Well, they weren't in they holy they weren't in the Holy Spirit in their Holy Spirit form. They weren't being holy with in their spirit. No, they weren't being holy at all. They was being in their flesh. Okay, they was being in their flesh with and look and the reason why I say they was in their flesh, you can tell how aggravated they were at the child. You can tell how aggravated that they was. I'm like, look at these niggas. Knowing good goddamn when they looking, God knows what they are doing when they ain't in front of the camera. Get some oil, man. I don't need no oil. Look and see, they'll think I got a demon in me because I'm speaking like this. No, this is just being real. God is with love. He don't come at you. God is about love. It ain't about tearing you down. It's the sin that he don't like. But anything outside of that, it's with love. He wants you to come to him, and he comes at you with love. It's all about love. And if we ain't sharing that, if we ain't sharing no love, what else are we supposed to do? What else? What else are you supposed to do? They ain't sharing no love. What else? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I really don't get it. It's just sad that when you see people, oh, close the doors, close the doors, close the doors. These people are getting so aggressive now in the church. It's ridiculous. I don't even how you want to go. I ain't gonna lie to you. I read the Bible and I try to and I look and I'll try my best to walk in the right walk. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's the truth. I will try my best to walk in the right walk. You know what I'm saying? His way, not my way, but his way. Because these niggas are messing around and try to drag you to hell with them. That's why I don't be listening to certain individuals. Like, people don't believe in tithing. You're supposed to tithe. Bless the house of the Lord. Hell, you can bless every other establishment. Bless that one. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with tithing? I don't like. And that's just me. That's my opinion. That's just me. But they can sit on here and beg and beg and beg and beg and beg. Give back to your supporters. How about that? Give back. Stop being so greedy. Help the people that's hungry. I'm sure there's people right now in somebody's camp. Yes, indeed, in somebody's camp that's hungry right now, but they they probably a little too hot to even ask. I bet you But you know what? They really don't want to get talked about because they already know when it comes to one person when it comes to a nigga on here, he gonna talk about you and then laughing in your face, and do the whole nine like he do all his supporters. That's why I'm getting to the point where I'm unsubscribing, to the foolishness because it's just it's I don't have time for that type of behavior and I don't really too much care for it like that either anymore because it's just like wow. You act like you ain't never hit hard times, but you want to make fun of the people that's on that has and that is hitting the hard times, or really the hard not life. You know, you want to make fun of that. But you know what? What goes around comes around, and you know what? All of what you may have it today, but you know what? You can easily lose it in the matter in the matter of seconds, days, weeks, months, years. It don't. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you, I don't see people go from having this and having that to the point where they are homeless right now. They're homeless, going to pillow to post, because you know why? They was being very, very nasty. And I don't feel sorry for none of them niggas out there that was being very, very nasty. It's so many people that have been assholes to me. They done gave me their asses to kiss, and look what God is doing to their asses. And oh, look what God is doing to their butts now. He's dealing with them. Mm-hmm. Dealing with them. And it's and you know what I got, and I'm gonna change subjects from that, but I'm gonna tell you like this, because I'm finna get ready to eat my meal. Um, you know, there were a time where I didn't want people to know about my life, my sexual preference. And I noticed how people treated me different. But now the roles has reversed and they are very kind of like engaging and accepting of it. But for me, it's very, very sad. Mm, hold on. It's very, very sad that um I was treated in a way that I didn't want to be treated. And it's like y'all, they don't know how they made me feel. And then well, really to speed up now, for them to accept me, it's like everything that I was thinking in my head was true. You know, I mean, it's the truth. Everything that the feelings that I was feeling from how they were acting towards me, it all made sense. Back then, I would say a couple of years back, they it seemed like they was just scared to even be around me for a certain amount of hours, or you know, um, not being trusting. Well, I guess, well, not trusting, but well, how can I say it? Them thinking that I'm trying to make a move on them, and they'll try to, maybe get away from me, really get away from around me, not really wanting, not even inviting me to certain places, not wanting to be seen in a picture or a video with me. It's just something. It does something to me because I feel like, after all these years, y'all just now decided to really accept me for me, and it's just like wow, you know, you just don't know how you really made me feel a couple of years ago, because I was really, really kind of torn up a little bit. Like, damn, y'all are so accepting now and so concerned now, but what about back then? You know, and it just really all makes sense that they were really feeling that way, even though they was trying to hide it in certain ways when it came to me. But it's not what you say, but it's your actions, and their actions spoke a lot louder than their words when it came to me. And I still have a hard time swallowing that pill because it's like, so if I want to say, if I was to just to be out loud and proud back then, I mean, uh, would I would have got the same attention, the same respect that I'm getting now back then? I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I just think about things like that. It's just something. It is just something. I think some people can really just make you how they can really make you feel. But now speed up, when years pass and they know what you are, it's like they're accepting of you and they want to kind of just be there and have your back. I'm like, well, y'all should have been having my back a long time ago, because a long time ago y'all didn't make me feel like y'all even liked me, let alone even wanted to be around me. Y'all really made me feel like an oddball, a third wheel to be exact, and that really made me kind of just made me feel like I just don't know who really is a friend, who really was a friend, you know. And it's something how I know, people that I know that have did things with the same sex, but they also have girlfriends. It's just like, wow, you coming off that you were coming off very homophobic towards me, but at the same time, you were doing the same thing that I was doing. It's something. It is really, really something. How people can play roles like that. Mm, I don't know. It was just strange to me. But I'm over that. I'm over that. But I just know I would never forget that, and I'm always have my eyes open. When it comes to anybody around me. When it comes to when it comes to anybody around me that is, you know, cool with me, and that is straight. I'm always have my eyes open and just know that hey, I'm gonna take you for what you are showing me. I'm gonna take you for face value. I'm not gonna be naive or oblivious because I know how a person can be. I know, especially when it comes to the whole GAY thing. I know how they can be about that. One time I was sitting next to a person and they were talking to a female. Now they didn't even know that I was listening, and I was also looking out the corner of my eye. But when this person that was sitting next to me, and when they got on the gay thing, I was looking at the corner of my eye, but I was paying attention to my phone as if I wasn't paying attention to them. They made a gesture to, like, their head went this way towards me, and I'm like, wow. So you really feel some type of way about me. But see, they don't know that I was paying attention to everything. I mean, look, I can easily throw people off as if I'm not paying attention, but I am paying attention to everything, gestures and all. And it's really crappy when you see somebody do that, because it's like, at the end of the damn day, you have seen too, you have did things too, and I'm not over hell bent on about who you're screwing. And I don't understand how some people can be so hetero and be so hell bent about who you screwing and what you like. You know, when you got, I hate to say it like this, but when you are, you bringing bastards in the world. Okay, I'm not a bastard. My family was married, but when you bringing bastards into the world, and I'm gonna keep it real like that. I'm gonna keep it real because I'm gonna let it go off a little bit. It still does sometimes to this day. It's like, you really don't give a fuck about me, and so and this is a family member, of mine. But I know where I stand with that person anyways, because at the end of the damn day, uh, they act like a different person for the world, but at the end of the damn day, I know who they are, and I know they ain't really about that life and that talk. What they talking about, when they want to get on here and portray themselves to be something they not. But yeah, whoo wee. And look, I feel like I'm getting too deep. Let me stop it, or I'm gonna stop it. Let me stop it. But yeah, I know where I stand with a lot of people. They don't fool me. No one can no one can fool me. No one can. I'm not oblivious to none of these niggas out here. None of them. That's why I'm always by myself, because a lot of folks are very, very fickle. Very, very fickle, And I'm gonna always make sure that I'm protecting my energy and my space. Because I don't want the bullshit around me. I don't want that energy around me. Stay away. Or better yet, I stay away. While y'all asses are still out there trying to find a friend, trying to find this and trying to find that, and want street cred, and want people and looking for validation in other human beings. And that's the last thing I'm looking for, bitch. Accept me as I am, or have nothing at all. I'm not looking for any compliments. Look, if I like it, I like it. If you don't like it, you ain't gotta like it. You ain't gotta watch. You ain't gotta type in this and say that, baby. It's about who I am, you know, and it's about me loving on me, you know. I love those who love me, but those who have something, nasty to say about me, hey, toodles, and I'm trying to watch my mouth when it comes to those type of people, when it comes to those type of folks, because I don't want to mess up my bliss dealing with them niggas, to be exact. Yeah, because I don't too much care for a lot of niggas. I don't. I really don't. I don't. But yeah, it is what it is. But I hope you guys enjoy y'all holiday. I can't wait till this shit is over with. I can't wait. I love. You know, I'm gonna tell you the truth. The reason why I don't not like holidays anymore like that because I tried to get in the spirit the other day, but I couldn't get into the spirit. The reason why I don't like them because folks be out here breaking their necks, going, it seemed like it seemed like everybody got to rush, do this, rush and do that, and people be, I don't know. It's just some for me. I get like a sense of wearing it, make sure you're gonna have enough for this and have enough for that. Baby, just cook a regular fucking meal. Cook a regular motherfucking meal and call it that. Call it whatever you want to call it. Me personally, I will not be celebrating this stuff when I get up in age. I won't look. I will not. I'm just sorry, and I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer or anything like that, but I'm just not really into all this shit anymore. I'm really not. I'm not being forced. I'm not being forced to celebrate this stuff, but I have to be around certain individuals that is celebrating this shit. So therefore, I gotta be around the mix. But I ain't gonna be doing all this. Get up when I get in my 40s, or no, when I get in my 50s, or probably late 40s too. I'm not gonna be dealing with this shit. I ain't. I really ain't. I can't stand none of. I can't stand none of them. Mother's Day, Father's Day, Easter. I mean, well, I can do Easter, but so I don't like them. I don't like them. I can't stand them. I can't. I can't. I damn sure. And look, I damn sure don't like Valentine's Day. That's my father's birthday. I can't stand. I cannot stand Valentine's. I don't like it. You know why? Look. I have always had to go out and sell baskets. So therefore, I don't know what it feels like to enjoy a Valentine. So therefore, I don't want to ever enjoy a Valentine because it reminds me of the basket. So therefore, I'm good on that. Fuck all of that. Mm-mm. I don't know why I'm so different like that, you guys. I just don't be feeling a lot of the shits anymore. I'm not in the mood for all that shit because it seems like I don't know. I just don't be feeling it. But to each his own. I know we all are different, so hell, it is what it is. But for me, if my fam knew that how I really felt about this shit, boy, they be looking at me like I'm crazy. But it's the truth. I just don't like this shit. I can't wait till it's all over. I'm not excited about what's coming up though. I'm really not. I'm really not. I'm really not. Baskets, 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 baskets. But you know what? I'm thinking about. Oh, I can't say that on here. I can't say that on here. I can't say that on here. I can't say it on here. I can't say that on here. I cannot say that on here. But I can't. I cannot let my right hand know what my left hand know what my right hand is doing. So that's gonna be some things gonna be changing for me, and I'm just ready for this new change to come. I can't wait. I can't wait. But you guys, it's been real. I'm gonna get up and off of here. I'm gonna watch a few more vloggers. And shout out to a sexy ass individual that it's a sexy ass individual. It's a sexy ass individual. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, my goodness. Just one more night. Hold on. I'm not in the right tone. They usually gonna leave. Look, they're gonna usually leave after the singing. When I start singing, and that's another thing. You got people on here that they've been singing a lot longer than I have, and they still sound a mess. But when I start singing in my videos, they be like, "Oh, damn it, you goddamn right, I'm gonna sing on my damn videos, nigga. Please, I want look, continue to come up with certain songs and jingles. Pull up, do a meal. Look. How about you do what I do? I ain't seen it yet. They ain't doing me like how I can do it. You got darn right. Like, oh my goodness, it's plenty of them. It's plenty of them. I wish I had a recorder so I can record all of them just in case if YouTube go down. They decided to say, oh, no more videos and just delete all this stuff. I wish I had a camera, but one day I'm gonna get a camera and I'm just be recording so many memories of me over the years, and I'm just had it for myself. But yeah, you guys, let me get up on off here. I need to eat something and take my black ass back to sleep. I just came on here for a little short, quick second. But yeah, shout out to the sexy individual, man. The sexy individual. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Person that makes me blush. I can't believe it. It seemed a little bit too good to be. I mean, it seemed how does it go? It sounds no, it seemed too good to be true. It does seem a little bit good. I mean, it does seem a little bit too good to be true. When I seen that individual, I'm like, damn. Oh my goodness. I hope they like with all of what they see. I don't know. I don't know. But that person does look like a cool person though. And you know it's not about any sexual, but that person is very, very attractive. You know, very, very attractive. Mm-mm-mm. They might catch look, they might catch the replay on this one. I don't know. They might catch it. They may catch it. I don't know. They may catch it. They may catch it. But anyways, you guys, it's been real. Just thinking about something. It's making me smile and blush a little bit. Yes, indeed. Like I get all cheesy when I think about certain things. I was happy today. I was very, very happy today when I seen that person today. Mm-hmm. But okay, you guys, let me go. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm out of here. And you guys be blessed and not stressed. Peace.